In the late 1960s and early 1970s, the Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California. Around 8:30 p.m. on December 20th, 1968, near Vallejo, California, 17-year-old David Faraday and 16-year-old Betty Lou Jensen were sitting in a parked car when they were shot. When police arrived, Betty Lou's lifeless body was found about 30 feet away from the car. David was still alive at first, but he died on the way to the hospital. At the time, no one knew this was the work of a serial killer. The next attack happened around midnight on July 4th at Blue Rock Springs Park, just minutes away from the first crime scene. The Zodiac approached a parked car with a flashlight and shot 22-year-old Darlene Ferrin and 19-year-old Michael Mageau. When police arrived, both were alive, but only Michael survived. He described the attacker as a white male, around 26 to 30 years old, heavy-set, around 200 pounds or more, about 5 feet 8 inches tall, with a broad face and light brown curly hair. Within an hour, police received a phone call from someone claiming to be the killer. The caller also confessed to the previous Lake Herman Road murders. On August 31st, 1969, 3 newspapers received letters written by the same person claiming to be the killer. These newspapers were the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald. The envelopes were marked with a crossed circle symbol, later known as the Zodiac symbol. Each letter included coded messages and symbols. The Zodiac demanded that the ciphers be published in the newspapers, or he would kill more people. He claimed that if the ciphers were solved, his identity would be revealed. On August 8th, 1969, one of the ciphers was cracked by a married couple who were school teachers. The message included disturbing statements such as, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all. When I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and those I have killed will become my slaves." He also said he would not reveal his name because it would slow down his collection of slaves for the afterlife. On September 27th, 1969, in Napa County, Zodiac attacked Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard at Lake Berryessa. He wore a black executioner-style hood with his symbol on the chest. He tied them up and stabbed them repeatedly. Cecilia died at the hospital, but Brian survived despite being stabbed multiple times. Later, investigators found writing on Brian's car door listing previous murders and dates. On October 11th, 1969, in San Francisco, taxi driver Paul Stein was shot in the head. Witnesses described the killer as a white male, about 25 to 30 years old, wearing glasses with a reddish crew cut. Due to a mistaken police broadcast describing the suspect as black, officers allowed a white suspect matching the description to walk past them. Zodiac later mocked the police in a letter, claiming they had stopped and spoken to him. In another letter, he included a piece of Paul Stein's bloody shirt as proof. He also wrote about targeting school buses and even sent diagrams of bombs. Over time, many suspects were investigated. Arthur Lee Allen became the prime suspect. He had spoken about hunting people, owned a Zodiac-style watch, and was identified by survivor Mageau decades later. However, DNA from the stamps did not match his, and handwriting analysis was inconclusive. Allen died in 1992. Another suspect was Lawrence Kane, a former police officer who had suffered brain damage in an accident and reportedly became more aggressive afterward. One survivor believed Kane resembled the man who attacked her. Despite multiple suspects, no definitive proof has ever confirmed the Zodiac's identity. In 2002, partial DNA was recovered from one of the letters, but it was not enough to identify the killer conclusively. The Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 people, though only 5 murders are officially confirmed. Subscribe